of sprint heavy. You have some great field event teams. And then right now, Oregon has a little bit across the board. They scored some big points in the long jump, a couple points in the triple jump, but a ton of points in the distance.
So Penn State looking to see if they can capture one more title on this final day and add 10 more points, so their total are going to be in 3. This is Ohio State, led off by Noah Carmichael, season's best, 3:04.21. USC led off by the 400 champion, kind of a surprise in that first section as Jack Stallman will lead things off. Purdue, last year's champion and facility record holders. Jax Coleman leading the Boilermakers off, and then it's going to be Jake Palermo for the Nittany Lions. Their season's best, 3:07.52. All right, final event, final race, I should say, as part of the 2026 Big Ten Indoor Championships.
Just looking over some of the results here, Penn State scored the most points out of any event, with 25 points coming from the 800 meters.
Well, they have certainly earned that title, 800U this weekend. But who's going to be the champion of the men's 4x4 as the final race underway on the Indiana State Fairgrounds?
Now let's see what Jake Palermo has in his legs after his second place in the 400 a little bit earlier today.
And it's Ohio State out front early with Carmichael ahead of Purdue's Coleman. Stallman, the 400 champion, there in third for USC. And Palermo back there in fourth. But here comes the 400 champion, as does Palermo. And Stallman's going to move the Trojans into second. And Penn State matches it with them too. And a little bit of moving around to try to find positioning, but it's still Ohio State out front, 46-66 for that opening leg.
Yeah, that's the fastest opening leg we've seen throughout the heats. But all the teams still right there in it.
And it's Mason Lewis. Yep, Mason Lewis on this leg for Ohio State. Visat, the Frenchman for Purdue. Nick Miller. And now the Frenchman moves himself front, tumbles a little bit, but regathers his footing as he gets Purdue into the lead, heading into the home stretch.
Just swimming in a bath of lactic acid coming down that last 100 meters for Purdue.
45-33 for Visat. And that's given Purdue the lead, but Ohio State lurking there in second. That's Braxton Brand, the 60 hurdles champion, on that second leg for Ohio State.
Nobody's out of this yet. There's a little bit of gap from Ohio State back to USC.
And Brand. One more. Brand gets himself into the lead. And Brand begins to pull away from Purdue. And it will be Udo on the last leg, 45-69 by the 60 hurdles champion. And Udo's flying down the backstretch.
Yeah, he's opening up a big gap here. Really came off of that handoff strong. And sometimes you just got to build that gap. Put yourself in a position to be confident. But 400 meters is a long way.
And Udo still holding on that lead. It looks like it's really a battle for second and third between Purdue and USC as they're coming up onto 3 minutes in this men's 4x4. Purdue a little bit closing the gap, but the Ohio State Buckeyes reign supreme in the men's 4x4. Meet record, facility record, and a season's best.
And 1, 2, 3 all came out of that heat. So Ohio State takes the victory. Purdue second, and third USC.
45-07 by Edidiong Udo on that last leg. Yes, do your dance, boys. That was a very, very quick time for the Ohio State.
The top 4 teams all had anchor legs of 45 or faster on that.
And if we're looking at the NCAA descending order list, there's the final results from this men's 4x4. That 303.87 puts the Buckeyes at number 11 in the country, just inside the top 12. As we take a look back, and Vasat ran such a great leg, but arguably the leg of that entire race, the 60 hurdle champion, Ben.
Yeah, that's right. He got him back in there and just accelerated. Such a great leg. There was a little bit of gap where we thought Purdue might run away with it. But look at this gap that he puts on.
And it was a leg to remember for Udo. 45-07, giving Ohio State the meet record, the facility record, and the 11th fastest time in the country, as we're just 2 weeks away from the NCAA champions in Fayetteville, Arkansas. That record book, I have it in front of me right now. I kind of just have to throw it out the window because there's going to be a lot of updates after this weekend, Ben.
Yeah, a lot of big updates. But the biggest thing, right, is you come off of Big Tens. All the coaches want to show up, get their teams the victory or finish as high as they can. But now it's a little bit of changed gears. You get today to enjoy, you travel back home, and then it's recovery, and get ready for the NCAA champs in 2 weeks. So many of these athletes doubled, tripled. They got a ton of running in their legs.
Yeah, they'll have 2 more weeks to get rested well and ready to go for those NCAA championships. Those selections will be made here roughly soon in the next couple of days. But for now, the spotlight is on Oregon. And for the second